Hey girls!
Welcome back to the Honestly Maybe podcast, where we talk about our passionate opinions, our full-bodied feelings, and everything else we're still figuring out.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you think we're bisexual?
Honestly?
This is a special episode.
In honor of
Pride!
Happy Pride!
It's actually already July, when June is the official Pride month, but we don't care. Because July is also Pride month. And August is also Pride month.
And September.
Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be like a fun little thing.
Yeah.
We put something up on our stories.
So thank you if you responded to that.
Yes, that was honestly great. We also sent it to a couple of our friends. And we just picked out a few answers. And we're going to discuss the answers. And maybe there's an answer of us. Who knows? Everything's anonymous, so we'll see.
Yeah. There was some crazy confessions and some that were just a little fruity.
Yes.
It's a spectrum.
It is. I just wanted to say we are making this because Pride is really important to us. We have a lot of queer friends and just
family.
We are surrounded by queer people all the time, and I just love them. They really make everything better. So this is for you.
Okay, let's go straight into the confessions. So we put a post on our Instagram story and we asked the question, what is the gayest thing you've ever done?
And so many good answers.
Do you want to answer first?
Like my answer?
Yeah, or should we just go into the
just
list?
go into it.
Yeah, okay.
Go into it.
Okay, the first one.
Yeah.
Do you want to start like light, or should I go a little?
You just do whatever feels good.
Okay. These are also, I think, going to be just good discussion points as well.
Yes. So we're gonna
give our opinions that you didn't ask for.
We're gonna share the answers we got, and then we're gonna dive into it a little bit and share our thoughts. So
the first one is gayest thing I've ever done: leave my husband for a woman.
That is honestly
iconic.
Yeah, it is. I mean, just from like that sentence, I'm like, wow, amazing. But I can also imagine it being quite hard. Like, imagine being married and then you fall in love with the same gender.
Mm-hmm.
And I can also imagine that it rocks your world. I don't know if it did, but I'm sure it did.
Who knows?
That's it? You're not going to say anything? What? Oh my God. Robin is having a malfunction, so give her a second.
I have no words. This is, I think, one of the most scandalous confessions.
Scandalous?
Yeah. Well, scandalous in terms of, like, high implications.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely.
Some of these are a little hee-hee-ha-ha.
Yeah.
This is like, wow.
Yes.
Takes a lot of balls.
Yeah.
Or not, in this case. I don't know if that was distasteful, but... And I also feel like this is one of those examples of later in life, maybe epiphanies, or later in life, realizations of, maybe I haven't fully explored my sexuality in a way I want to. And
I do feel like this happens a lot. I think of course, a lot of people explore their sexuality when they're quite young. Some people know from a very young age.
Yeah.
But then there's also a bunch of people who like have it in their late 20s or even much later in life, which, I
mean, Miranda and Just Like That, she came out in her 50s, I want to say.
In real life?
No, her character.
Oh,
Miranda.
But she's queer in actual
real
life as well.
Yeah. But I like that because it's just, I think it's a different perspective to what we see.
Yes.
On TV. It's like a lot of high school shows where it's like the gay kid doesn't know how to confront, which is important to have.
Yeah.
But also interesting to see people exploring it later on in life.
Definitely. I mean, we love to talk about sexuality as a whole, and like the exploration of it and how to navigate, how to figure it out. And you also, I think, can go through like different seasons maybe in how you feel about it, and what your thoughts are about yourself, and in regards to your sexual identity. So it's definitely
I've had a friend who was like, I was definitely in my bi phase, having sex with women, hooking up with women, and then was like, no, now I'm straight again. And obviously that some people might think that's problematic, but I think it's just she was so free in exploring and just doing just sleeping with who she wanted to sleep with, rather than being attached to it has to be one or the other. She was kind of like, well, I'm just going to do whatever I want to do. And and I also appreciate that the labeling, like she's was not attached to this idea of having to have a label. It was, I'm going to be exploring here now, and then I'm going to explore somewhere else later. And I think that just kind of demonstrates more that the fluidity of sexuality.
Yes.
Amen.
Well, a woman.
Next.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. The gayest thing I've ever done, having plus 3,000 sexual partners.
I don't believe that. I still don't believe it. But it's probably because I just cannot imagine.
Yeah. But you're only like 2,000 though.
Sorry? What? No, I literally can't imagine.
Yeah. 3,000.
But is that...
I want to do the maths on that. What is that like per day?
Yeah, exactly.
Of your life?
Yeah. But I want to... Is that gay? I feel like straight people can have a lot of sex as well.
I mean, I feel like there's a stereotype that gay culture is very promiscuous men, you know, so... I mean, this was the answer. We asked, this person willingly submitted that.
Yeah.
So I think they think that's the gayest thing they've ever done. One of many.
Right. I mean, honestly, no shame at all. You know what? I admire it because this is weird, but I've always had these, I'm in a relationship right now, so not now, but like when I was single, I always had these moments where I was like, and now I'm going to go into my slut era. And I could never do it because it's just not within me. And like I have wished in the past that I could be more like that, because I can imagine that it's so free and fun. But yeah, I guess I'm just not that type of person. But love that.
A slut in theory, but never in practice.
Yes, indeed.
I relate to that.
Yeah.
Gayest thing I've ever done. Getting f***ed in. Wow. Yeah.
I
would say that's a solid gay.
Definitely.
Gay behavior.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to add to that.
I mean, congratulations.
Congrats. Yeah. I know this person has a great sex life, so I love that for them. Yeah.
Okay. Gayest thing I've ever done. Taking off a friend's. Shocking.
It is shocking.
And it is gay.
And
yeah,
please hear this loud and clear. This is gay behavior.
This is gay behavior.
This is gay behavior.
Wow.
If this is you, you're gay.
And we love that.
No, but honestly, you said this already, but it is a spectrum. It is a spectrum. You cannot tell me that someone is 100% straight. And
you don't believe in that, right?
I don't believe in that at all. And honestly, the people that scream the loudest that they're I'm super straight. I'm like, you're gay. You are gay. In fact.
Yeah. I do wonder like what we would be like if we were not so conditioned and like we didn't have this, compulsive heteronormativity. How people would view themselves, how they would view others, how they would date, what those kinds of attitudes and behaviors would be like if we were not so conditioned to do it in a certain way.
I actually don't like, I'm not sure if this is right, but I believe that there are like, do you know this girl Drew Afualo?
Yes.
So she is she Native American?
Yeah. I believe so.
And I think I've heard her speak on that, like, her people, like her tribe where she's from, or like her culture. In her culture, they they don't really have that gender
Binary.
yeah.
Or-
It's not the same as how we are used to it. I don't know. I wish I knew what it was, but they don't live that the same way as we do. And so it's not like, yeah, it's like all things. It's someone just decided this is what we're gonna do,
Yeah.
and we're gonna play by these rules, and this is for boys and this is for girls, and men and women need to be together, and this is the way to do it.
Yeah, I feel like that's a super Western
It's like a
way of
construct,
thinking.
yeah.
Patriarchal.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I do though think that sniff off your friends is outrageous. And also a lot, like, surprisingly common. Like, I've heard, this is not the first time I've heard someone doing this.
Well,
I didn't know it was that common.
when I heard this, it was the first time, and considering, I was shocked. But I was like, I mean, I don't judge, so like, you do you.
Yeah.
But
that's gay.
It is gay.
Yeah.
So don't tell me you're not.
You know what else is gay? Gayest thing I've ever done. Best friends with my ex.
Yeah. I mean,
Big gay behavior.
I guess it is.
I guess
this is more common for gay people.
I think this is very specific to women, queer women.
I see it with queer guys as well. Yeah.
Okay.
A bunch.
Yeah, but I feel like the closeness of female friendships is very different to male friendships.
That could be true.
feel
yes.
that there's it's just a completely it's a completely different experience, and I think being best friends as a woman with another woman that you've dated, maybe that's fine if it works for you guys. But then when you bring in a third party and you're dating someone new, I feel like that, and I see this all over Instagram and wherever the people are like, where can I find a queer woman who's not best friends with her ex? Like, they're all just so tight.
But why? I have never like stayed friends with someone I've dated or been in a relationship with. Never. They're out of my life, gone by.
Mm-hmm.
So I cannot imagine that at all in general. I don't know, why do you want to stay friends with your ex? I don't get that.
But I think it's such an emotional connection. I feel that it obviously is just so deep that they're like, why would we not be friends? I mean, how do you feel about that? How would you, if you were the new person in the relationship?
I would be like, no.
Really, just so.
But I said this. This is what you do when you're dating. When you first start dating someone, you have these types of conversations. Like, what are you like? What am I like? What do you do? What do I not do? Like,
your boundaries.
Oh, what? Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, you're best friends with your ex-girlfriend, and I'm maybe your new girlfriend. Like, that's not really my vibe. So if that's your vibe, go stay in your vibe. I don't want to be in that vibe.
But don't you figure out your boundaries as you go as well? And your boundaries change.
Of course. But I think...
I mean, you'll know what your convictions are, and you'll know what your core values are, and you'll know what those things are to you.
Yeah.
And they probably won't change so much. Maybe your level of tolerance will change.
Yeah.
And how much you're willing to compromise on certain things will change. But I have no idea how I would feel, because I don't think I would feel comfortable to make a demand of someone, to give them like an ultimatum in some way.
Yeah.
But I also know I also don't know if I could ever really truly make peace with that kind of relationship.
See, but this is why I feel like this should be asked like in the first couple of dates. So
like,
you know.
Do you want kids? What do you think of cheating? Are you best friends with your ex?
Exactly. Like, they're getting to know questions.
Yeah.
And then before you're emotionally involved. Because I feel like if you don't know these things and then you're already kind of, you are already kind of into someone, or you are already, maybe having feelings for someone, and then these things come up, then
that's
it's
so
like,
much harder.
What do I do? Yeah.
I can't imagine. Yeah, I think that's really, really difficult.
However, think that it's really up to, if you are someone that is best friends with an ex-partner, like, and you are gonna date someone new, it's really up to you to be like super respectful about it. Like, you just don't want to, right? Like,
you want to make your new partner feel comfortable and respected, right?
Yeah, I would think
Yeah.
so. Yeah. And if you are really good friends, then I think you should be honest. Obviously, you should tell them, well, we used to date.
Yeah, of course.
But I'm gonna introduce you guys. You can see how we are together now. You can see that yes, we have a good relationship, but there's nothing like flirtatious going on. There's nothing, we're not like, there's nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
Like if that would be the case, I would then want to prove in a way to a new potential partner, like, this is cool and we can all be cool. Yeah.
And if you know that, if you have that security in relationship and you know that, okay, I've seen them together, I feel comfortable with this.
Yeah.
Do you think then you would be like, whatever? Or would you still have boundaries in place? For example, like, you guys can't do, or I would feel uncomfortable if the two of you did this together, or, would you still have these kinds of boundaries?
I think that probably depends per person, right?
That's
like,
true.
I feel like if you have seen that it's all cool and you trust your partner or you trust the person you're dating, then I think, because this is also what I think, if people are going to cheat or do something crazy, they're going to hurt you, they're going to do it regardless if you set boundaries in place, if you don't set boundaries in place, like, they're going to do it anyways. So I do believe in giving someone your trust, and you don't want to be on someone's neck about things, right? That doesn't create a nice space. So I think you decide in yourself, I'm going to trust you and I'm going to trust the situation. And then if something happens that shows you like, hey, or gives you a wrong feeling, then again, like you said as well, maybe your boundaries, you can feel like different boundaries coming up, or you're like, I feel that I'm actually not so comfortable with that. So, and then you hopefully can talk about that.
I feel like a good place to start is like, you have these boundaries, you see how that goes. And then maybe you're like, later on, you know what? I feel better about this. Let's change this. Or actually, I feel uncomfortable with this. I want to change my boundaries. I think you kind of have to feel it as you go and just see what works for you, see what doesn't work. Because it has to work for both of you, right? It's like you're a team.
I don't think I could do it.
No?
No.
I know I would want to be able to do it, because I think it would give me the feeling of like, see, I can be the bigger person. I don't have to, I don't worry about these things. Like, I think I would want to feel that.
Yeah.
And even if I couldn't do it, it doesn't mean I'm not those things, but I know I would feel the desire to be able to just be cool with it. But I don't know truly if I would be. Yeah. And I wouldn't want to like go into it pretending like, whatever, girl. Yeah. But I think I know myself. I think I'd have a really hard time with it.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Same.
But I also know if it was me and I was like best friends with my ex, like the way that you and I are close, if that I was like that with an ex.
But I think that's weird.
No, let me finish. Yeah. If I was that close and then I started dating someone and they were like, "You've that Hannah girl, no, I'm not cool with that." Like I would feel so conflicted.
But see, this is when...
But then you have to make a choice, right?
Yeah, it's like, well, this is my friend, and she's going to stay my friend. So either we're going to have to figure out a way that for us all to be cool with it, or, then this is not for us, like, meant to be.
So would you ever ditch a friend for a partner?
No. That is ridiculous.
So if you're given this ultimatum where they're like, you know what, I'm not comfortable with this friendship, it's you or me, it's me or your friend, what are you going to say?
I mean, I would first really, 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 really unpack it with my partner, because I'm going to be like, well, you tell me exactly what it supposedly is wrong. I don't have this, by the way, right? Like, I am in a relationship.
Yeah.
If my boyfriend right now would say anything about my friends, I'd be like...
No, but friend that you've dated, I mean, I'm talking about in that context. Like if they were like, I know there's nothing romantic now, but I just can't get over this. I can't do this anymore. I need you to decide if you're going to stay friends with them or if you're going to choose me.
But I think I am not the type of person that stays friends with their ex. So I don't
know, but
so
hypothetically.
Yeah, but hypothetically the situation would be there. I'm sorry.
Okay, let's say okay.
Because then I would be a completely different person, hypothetically.
Yeah. I think there's difference though between being friendly with an ex and friends, and not friends, best friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Because to me, I find that a little odd. That's your best friend.
Exactly. That is odd. Exactly.
I think I'm down to be like, oh, it's a friend, or not even a friend. We're friendly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like maybe if you're in a big group, they're there.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, if you have a shared group, they're there.
Yeah.
But like, I think I would, if I was with someone who was best friends with their ex, I'd be like, why do you feel the need to do that? Like, why do you need to spend one-on-one time with that person?
Yeah.
Out of all your other best friends.
Yeah.
Anyway,
okay, but I do think
unofficial.
It could be a common thing. I know.
Oh, for sure.
A friend of mine is really good friends with their ex.
Okay.
Like really good friends.
And it works.
And they worked. Yeah, it works.
So,
a
success story.
Yeah. I mean, I did ask them like a while ago. I was like, are you guys dating again? Because I would see them together so often.
But they're not dating other people.
Currently, no, I believe. I'm not sure.
And
but then they were like, no, absolutely not. And I would never do that again. So definitely friends.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I think, yeah. You just really need to know someone. You need to understand their their past and like their past with this person. Like say that like you start dating someone and they have a best friend that is their ex-partner, but they dated 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And nothing happened ever since.
Yeah. That would be different if it was your most recent ex.
Exactly. Like it would be, yeah, context is everything.
Oh, so difficult.
Yeah.
It stresses me out even imagining it.
Yeah.
Okay. I just read another one. Okay. Gayest thing I've ever done. Roleplay as a queer fictional character on Tumblr with other users on Tumblr.
But so this person had a Tumblr account.
This person had a Tumblr account, and instead of having a personal Tumblr account, this person had the account of a fictional character and just pretended to be
Do you know which
them.
character?
I absolutely do know which character.
I want to know.
But this person didn't write it in.
Bleep it. Tell me.
It was...
I have no clue.
Oh, okay.
And they would... So they would have... a Tumblr account as them, and then
they would interact with the other people online who were pretending to be other characters from the same universe,
and then like flirt.
Oh, these are great follow-up questions. We should bring them on the podcast.
Oh my god.
If you wrote this in, leave a comment and give us some more context.
That is so funny though.
That's super
and that's
gay.
so specific as well.
Right?
Like so
it's very
niche. Yeah.
I love that one. Okay. Gayest thing I've ever done. I'm straight, but I have wet dreams about women. That's gay. That is gay. Your subconscious is trying to tell you something.
I would want to ask this person, like, have they explored everything, like anything at all?
What if they don't even want to? What if they're like, that's the gayest thing, like I don't feel like I want to explore it.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah.
Then maybe your subconscious is gay.
Yeah. So like waking you is straight, and then
Wait, I wanted to look up the definition of queer.
The subconscious version of you is gay. Dreams are interesting.
Yes, they are. Just so we
gay
are clear,
or queer.
I want to know what queer is, or I was thinking like what is the actual definition of queer?
Mm-hmm.
And it says in contemporary contexts, especially within the LGBTQ+ community, queer is an umbrella term for sexual and gender identities that are not heterosexual and or not cisgender. It can include lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, non-binary, asexual, pansexual, intersex, and other identities. So it's like everything together.
Love an umbrella term.
It's often used by people who prefer a more fluid or inclusive label. I love that. I love the term queer. Yeah.
I feel like it does give a place for a lot of people who don't necessarily want to give themselves one specific label,
Yeah,
a
definitely.
space to be like, you know what, I operate somewhere under this umbrella.
Exactly. Yeah. I love that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Gayest thing I've ever done. In high school, I always thought my friends were gay. On 2 separate occasions, I told 2 friends that they could come out to me if they wanted to.
And they were not.
They were not gay.
But this person is.
Don't know.
They don't know.
They
still
didn't say.
don't know.
They didn't say that.
Okay. Is that gay?
Yeah,
I feel like then it's a projection, no?
could be.
Like,
One
I'm
could
gay, do you want to come out?
You can come out to me if you want.
Yeah.
It's that kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would say that's pretty gay.
Yeah, maybe.
It's like queer coded.
Yes.
Gayest thing I've ever done. Had feelings for a friend.
Yeah.
Gay.
Yeah. It happens.
What's your opinion?
If that would happen to me.
Oh, wait. What's your opinion if a friend would confess their feelings to you? How would you feel?
Ooh. Oh my God. Like, well, first of all, it would depend on what kind of type of friends I am with this person.
Yeah.
Like how close they are to me, how long they've been my friend. I've had this like when I was really young, where I had a friend who was a guy, but they told me like that they had feelings for me, and I was kind of like, oh, and I think I would have that as well. I would kind of be like, oh no, what do we do now?
Assuming you don't feel the
what
same.
do we do now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Because it changes forever.
Because it does change, and like
my gosh.
I'd be like, no.
No, you don't.
You're confused. So turn it back. I would think that's super hard, honestly. Like I would want to obviously respect their feelings, and I think it would be nice to talk about it. But if you don't feel the same, it would be it would be a little awkward, I guess, because it's like, where do we go now? Like what, like. But actually, I think Chaperone fell in love with her best friend, and she got over it, and they're still best friends.
But she said they didn't speak. They took a break
from
their friendship for like a year.
Wow.
Which I think is actually good, that they probably needed the break.
Yeah. Because I think it can be maybe something to process as well. Because, I think you can have this feeling of like, wait, you've been hanging out with me all this time. We were super close, but you are in love with me. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
That would feel a little like, that would, like I said, I think I said this before, but I think that would feel somehow a little unfair in a way. But yeah, it's just a lot, right? So it would be a lot to process, and then you have to see how you figure it out.
Yeah. I think I've had this happen to me twice, and I've had one time I was a lot younger, but I do feel that there's a sense of, it might feel strong, but betrayal in a way, because both of them were very good friends of mine, and I thought, how could you have waited so long to tell me? Especially if there's like a history to it or whatever. It's more, I felt like I was seeing like a new part of these friends that I hadn't seen before, and this sense of like dishonesty, I think.
Yeah.
And like, of course I can understand in a way of why someone would not want to reveal that, because it does change the dynamic of a friendship, but I don't think for me that would have been a reason to like end a friendship. So I would have been like, I wish you would have told me sooner. We could have had an open conversation about it and talked about it, and maybe taken some space for us to figure out how we want to recover the friendship, and you know. But I also would feel, I don't know.
But do you feel like they should always tell you?
I
mean,
think
it depends on the level of feelings, maybe as well.
I think it depends on the level of feelings, but it also depends on if the other person is single, then I think why not? Yeah.
Right. But for example, I've had like crushes on friends.
Yeah, crush is different to feelings,
And then
right?
This one time in particular, I just kind of, I knew it, sort of. I didn't want to confess to it even myself, but I knew.
Yeah.
I knew. And I just pushed it to the back of my head. I was like, no, like, this is my friend and I want this person to stay my friend. And I'm just I'm going to ignore these feelings is what I'm going to do. Yeah. So do you think that's bad?
No, I think you have to do
Imagine if I tell this person now, like, hey, actually, I had a crush on you.
You have to do what you have to do, I think, to cope. And that's why I'm saying I understand why someone wouldn't want to share that information, because it does change things. And also, everything becomes more real when you say it out loud.
Yeah, definitely.
And then the implications of that. And then you don't just have to deal with your own emotions, but then someone else's reaction and response.
Yeah.
I think having experienced what I've experienced in my big life, I would not confess my feelings to a friend.
But only if they're like undeniable, no?
You saying then I would?
Then maybe you should.
No.
No? Still no?
If my friend is single, then I would consider it. Yes.
Yeah.
If my friend is in a relationship.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
Of course.
They don't need to know that.
Of course.
And that's also, I think, like,
Go
I was
ahead.
talking to my friend about love and love that's unconfessed or unexpressed.
Yeah.
And how that can be quite painful. But also, he was saying to me that, we should never be sorry for love, because to be able to love is a gift, and we should always tell
that.
people. Right?
Yeah.
So I remember, and I wait, sorry, I forgot. I lost my train.
Oh, sorry.
And we should always tell people who we love that we love them.
Yeah.
Even if we don't, with the knowledge that it might not be returned. So it's about being able to express love for the sake of love and not because you want something back from it. And so from that perspective, I would say tell your friends if you love them, tell them that you love them.
Yeah.
But don't come at it from the perspective of I want something in return, because the other person can feel when you're saying, hey, you know what, I really love you so deeply, if they're saying that as something to give to you versus coming to you with something that they want back from you. Because if you say to someone, I love you, so that you can hear I love you back, then it creates more of a tension between people. And I think if I was in love with my best friend and I went and said, if my best friend came to me and said, you know what, I think I might really love you, but I just want you to know because I think you're amazing, I would feel very differently. Of course, there would still be, a lot to resolve, but I think I would definitely receive that very differently than if someone came to me wanting me to love them back in a way that I didn't.
Right.
It gave me a lot of peace as well, with being able to feel love for someone and just be like, how amazing that I get to feel love for someone.
Yeah.
And it became something that I get to experience for myself, whether or not it's returned.
Yeah, that's what I love about crushes as well, because they're so in your own head.
Yeah.
And the other person has honestly nothing to do with it, but they are just part of the fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gayest thing I've ever done. Had a vibe with a colleague for 2 weeks, and it's the most intense thing I've ever experienced.
Yeah, so this is me. This is me, and this was crazy. This was crazy.
Tell us about it.
Well, I don't want to tell you about it because it's a secret, but no, it's not a secret, but yeah, it was exactly that. I
do think that is such a thing as well with queer women, this like undetermined vibe.
Yeah.
And you don't really talk about it, but you both feel it very intensely.
Well, we talked about it.
Oh, you did?
Oh, you did? We talked about it. Yes, we did. Yeah. But True. It was a really interesting experience because, we didn't date.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing happened. Literally nothing happened. Yet at the same time, so much happened.
Yes.
All we did was talk.
Yeah.
And it
Not
was
all we did.
No, but
we cannot downplay the emotional investment
exactly,
of
but
relationships like this.
It's just, I think because I had never experienced something like that before.
Also, what do you mean nothing happened in
What?
Sorry, we can
Don't
bleep
just
that.
expose me like this.
Sorry.
No, I don't mean to downplay it, but I'm just saying, like, it's not as if I was like actively seeking out this experience and I went on a date and, you know, this was like a dating experience of 2 weeks. This was like something like really like in energy just happened to happen.
Chemistry.
And it was there and it was crazy. And it was crazy. It was crazy.
I do feel like this is quite common.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have had this as well.
Yeah.
Not 2 weeks, but like.
Yeah. But we were like literally on FaceTime like for 5 hours every day.
Yeah.
So that was
a telltale sign.
That was really intense. Yeah. And I couldn't I had to like pause it.
Wait. There's one more. The gayest thing I've ever done. Kissed a girl at a work Christmas party. And then when my colleagues put me in a taxi to go home, I yelled out the window that I should have gone home to with her.
Iconic.
That's truly amazing.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Actually, I also got one that's not on the list, but it's someone who sent me a text message saying they shared a.
Are they gay? You know, if this person is gay?
Well, not like actively, but
not actively?
like.
That's pretty gay.
Yeah.
Wow. I feel like it makes it more gay if they're like, I'm not gay.
Exactly.
Just casually shared. Oh my God.
Yeah. But see,
that's so funny.
So when we were preparing for this episode, we were already talking about this. But like, even when I think of things when I was younger, like as a teenager, I mean, I would kiss all of my girlfriends, like literally every single one of them. Every time we would go out, I would kiss them. And like I have had some other experiences with friends, and but in the moment, there was nothing about me that was thinking, oh my God, I'm exploring my sexuality. No, I was just having a good time. Like, I was just having fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it happened to be a little sexual.
The Nile
is a river in Egypt.
That wraps it up, actually.
Well, these were amazing. Thank you for everyone who wrote in.
Thank you so much for sharing your confessions.
Yeah. Okay, well, this was fun. And I love these topics. And I feel like we love to dive into things.
Yeah.
And I feel like we could talk hours and hours about it. But let's wrap it up.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah.
How do we want to end this? Well, if you missed our story on Instagram, let us know in the comments what is the gayest thing you've ever done, and have a happy Pride.
Happy Pride!